Once upon a time, in a quaint little village, there lived a wise woman named Mrs. Clara. Mrs. Clara was in her 50s, with silver hair that glistened like the first snow of winter and eyes that sparkled with the wisdom of 1,000 stories. She had a special gift, the ability to make learning as fun as playtime, and her favorite pastime was sharing delightful stories that taught important life lessons and English language skills in the most whimsical way. The children of the village adored Mrs. Clara's storytelling sessions. Every Saturday afternoon, they would gather around her cozy fireplace, their eyes wide with curiosity and anticipation. Mrs. Clara always had something magical up her sleeve, a tale that not only transported them to a world of imagination, but also taught them something new. One chilly autumn evening, Mrs. Clara decided to tell the children the tale of the clever fox and the wise owl. Long, long ago, in the deep emerald woods, there lived a fox named Ruby, she began. Ruby was as cunning as she was charming, and she loved playing tricks. However, her tricks sometimes hurt her friends, and Ruby didn't understand why they were upset. One day, Ruby met an old owl named Oliver, perched high on a twisted branch. Oliver was known as the wisest creature in the forest. When Ruby played a trick on a squirrel, Oliver called her over. "Ruby," he hooted gently, "would you like to learn the magic of kindness?" Ruby, intrigued, nodded quickly. Oliver chuckled and said, "It starts with understanding others, my dear." He smiled and taught Ruby a simple magic word, "please." Ruby was puzzled but agreed to try it. Whenever she wanted something, she would use this word, and to her surprise, others began smiling at her despite her tricky nature. Ruby soon realized that being kind was far more rewarding than playing tricks. She made friends with all the forest animals, and by using words like please and thank you, she discovered the true joy of friendship. Mrs. Clara paused and asked the children, "What do you think the story teaches us?" With shining eyes, one little boy exclaimed, "That being kind and using good manners makes us better friends." Mrs. Clara beamed, happy that her tale had touched the children's hearts. And so, with each story, Mrs. Clara not only preserved the rich heritage of folk tales, but also filled her young listeners with valuable lessons and a growing vocabulary, one story at a time. Her sessions were always full of laughter, lessons, and the gentle encouragement to be the best version of oneself. Little did the children know, Saturday evenings with Mrs. Clara were building their future, one magical word at a time.